Hello, patrons. Thank you for being a patron first off. I'd like to get that out of the way. And one of the perks of being a patron is I'm going to give you guys a more personal video. I figure if you're supporting my channel, you're actually paying some money. You don't get the black backdrop and when I actually film where, it's a little more personal, it's a little more one-on-one. A little more like my videos used to be, but I'm not doing that anymore because I'm marketing this. So welcome, thank you very much. Well, down to the material. This is what you paid for, right? So this is what you want to see. The thinker and the observer. What do I mean by the thinker and the observer? Well, quite simply, your brain is the thinker. Your brain is constantly thinking. It never stops. It's thinking about pointless things. It's thinking about tomorrow. It's thinking about the past. It's wondering if you forgot to shut off the coffee pot. It's worried about where your life is going. It's stressed out. It's moody. It's judgmental. It also thinks it knows everything, but also is in doubt of everything. It doesn't think it knows anything. Your brain is very illogical. It's kind of like a runaway child. Well, what's the observer then? The observer is our true self, our real self. Now, that one might be a little hard to wrap your mind around at this point, because right now you're probably thinking with your brain, and your brain's telling you all kinds of things like I'm crazy. But that's only because the brain does not want you to know this, because once you know this, you are no longer going to be possessed and ruled by your brain or your mind. Most of your life, probably your whole life, your brain has tricked you into believing that that is you. That the thoughts that you are having are your thoughts. That you based your whole identity and reality around this false belief. Which leads to misery. Always. You'll have to forgive me, I've written down some notes for this video so that I don't ramble on too incoherently and that I actually get to the points that I want to express with you. This is one of the perks of watching a Patreon videos. You get a little bit, I stay on task. So, what you need to do is listen to your thoughts. Separate yourself from them. Do not associate with them. Do not connect with them. Do not believe that that is yourself. That is how you become the observer. It's not easy. It's going to be difficult. And don't expect to be able to do it all at once. Normally you'll only, maybe if you're lucky when you first start out, get half a thought before your mind takes over again and you start believing it's you. Now, as you listen to your thoughts, you will perceive a conscious presence. That is a presence that is not your thoughts, that is separate. Hence, the observer. You will find that you will start to have gaps in the thought stream, where there are no thoughts. In those moments, you will really be able to observe the conscious presence. These will only last for small little moments, half a second, maybe 5, before your brain starts thinking again and cluttering up your mind. The more you practice this, the longer you will be able to stay in this state of no thought, where you will be able to actually perceive the world differently. Another thing you can try, instead of watching the thinker, you can disrupt this thought pattern by focusing yourself 100% on the here and now, the moment, what is going on. This will also cause that gap in the thought stream. Now to do this, you just have to totally become aware of what's going on. It'll distract you. Right now, I am making a Patreon video for my wonderful patrons. It is sunny outside. I'm holding my notes in my hand. That is being in the present, knowing what's going on, being 100% connected, which creates my mind to not be able to run off and do whatever it wants. It shuts off those thought patterns. So step number 1 on our journey to control borderline personality disorder, to be able to conquer it, is to start disassociating with your thoughts. To cause these gaps in the mind stream, each time you're able to accomplish that, your consciousness will become lighter. You will become a little bit more free. This does not mean to not use your mind. Just remember that your mind is a tool. Your brain is a tool. It is to be used for certain things, to get things done, and then to be put aside so that your true self can be there. Just don't let your mind run wild. Like I said, this will take some practice. Well, that pretty much covers the gist of the beginning. That pretty much covers the first step. I don't want to go too much. I mean, that's a lot to process right at first and a lot to get started with. I would encourage you guys to practice this. Practice separating yourself from the thoughts and observing your thoughts. It's kind of funny when you do, because you'll find that your thoughts will just go to random things. You'll be listening to your thoughts and it'll be all thinking about the past, then thinking about a milkshake, then like, ooh, I'm hungry, then, ooh, shiny. It's very random and kind of interesting to listen to. If you have a hard time with that, just try staying in the present moment and blocking those thoughts out. See how long you can do that. Well, once again, I thank you for being a patron. I appreciate it and hope you enjoyed this video and got something out of it. Till next time, keep on keeping on.